Welcome to the Fantasy Addiction Network. Today we are recapping Week 14 Falcons, Carolina Panthers. Final score, Falcons 40, Panthers 20. So Matt Ryan had a pretty decent game in this one. Looking at the Falcons side first, he had 313 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 carry for 8 yards. One of those touchdowns was a 93-yarder to Olamide Zaccheaus, I believe is his name. It was a pretty bad busted coverage play that just ended up making Matt Ryan's fantasy day much better. Without that play, Matt Ryan was okay. He was keeping the ball moving. There was a lot of work done on the ground with Devonta Freeman. Had 17 carries for 84 yards and a touchdown and 4 receptions for 10 yards. So we just continue to see more and more data points that show that the Carolina Panthers cannot stop anyone on the ground. Brian Hill also had a pretty decent day, 9 carries for 62 yards and a touchdown. So Falcons had a really good day on the ground. Receivers, Calvin Ridley, 5 receptions, 76 yards and a touchdown, but he did leave this game with an injury. We're still waiting to hear how serious that one is, so we'll be keeping our ear to the ground on that one for next week. I mentioned the one giant pass to Zaccheaus. Julio Jones, 5 receptions and 66 yards in this one. He had a very easy touchdown that Matt Ryan just overthrew him on. So coming back from an injury, we weren't sure how he was going to do. He definitely looked good. He looked like himself. I don't have any worries if you're still in the playoffs going into next week. If his 11-point performance in PPR didn't kill you, then you can start him with confidence next week. All right, jumping over to, I'm skipping over the tight ends. And then Austin Hooper, as I kind of warned people on, I was looking to avoid starting him this week. Coming back from an injury, you always want to temper expectations. He had 6 targets, only 2 receptions for 32 yards, so really disappointing if you started Austin Hooper this week. But I do think that over the next couple weeks, you'll be able to get to trust him again, assuming you're still around. All right, looking at the Panthers side of the ball, Kyle Allen, we got news at the beginning of the day that the Panthers are looking to potentially trade Cam Newton in the offseason, and then Kyle Allen goes out and plays the way that he did. Personally, I don't know. I don't know what the Panthers are doing. I think firing Ron Rivera was a mistake. I think if they trade Cam Newton, that's a mistake, but we'll see how it turns out. Kyle Allen ended up having an okay fantasy game because of garbage time. He had 293 yards on 28 completions, had a touchdown, 2 interceptions, also had 6 carries for 24 yards, a touchdown, and a touchdown in the air, a touchdown on the ground, and a fumble. Just overall was missing throws. He overthrew Curtis Samuel again. I think at this point it's kind of obligatory for him to do that at least once a week. It's criminal what he's doing to Curtis Samuel right now. But just not great. Who is great is Christian McCaffrey. He had 11 carries for 53 yards and 11 receptions for 82 yards. Didn't get a touchdown in this one. He had 2 carries, unfortunately, where he got tackled right on the 1-yard line. The one led to a touchdown by Ian Thomas, and the other one was the touchdown that Kyle Allen got. So you had Christian McCaffrey. You had a decent day, but it could have been much better. Very disappointing on that one. DJ Moore had 4 receptions for 81 yards. You were hoping for more, no pun intended. Curtis Samuel only 2 receptions for 25 yards. He also had 3 carries for 17 yards. Jarius Ray had an okay game, 4 receptions for 30 yards. No one else really to speak of. The interesting one here is Ian Thomas. We had gotten word that Greg Olsen was not going to play this week, and Ian Thomas came on and got 10 targets, 5 receptions for 57 yards, and he got that touchdown from the 1-yard line. Ian Thomas looked really good. He definitely had a lot of energy out there. He's definitely someone to monitor going into next week, especially if Greg Olsen misses another game. If Olsen plays, I have no idea how they're planning on splitting the total touches between those 2 guys, so definitely monitor that. From a defensive standpoint, the Falcons defense absolutely crushed the Panthers. So if you started the Falcons defense, you're happy. If you started the Panthers defense, you're very sad. But overall, I think this one kind of went as expected, other than a few fluke plays. Falcons look decent. Freeman definitely has a bit more juice. I was not expecting much from him in this game, but he looked really good. I think you can definitely put him back on your radar going forward. And we'll continue playing the matchups. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we will see you in the next one.